So this is my work clothes, and what I think I wanted to do was say, actually, I wanted to be different from the life I had before, and it was about brand values, and it was a lifestyle business. We weren't trying to set up a business. I knew I couldn't and wouldn't work for anybody else, and so if I wanted to be home by tea time, then, which is 5:30 if you've got a young family, then I needed to work for myself. We set up in garden shed. We moved out of London to Suffolk, where Thetford Forest were the first people to take us on. We had a second-hand shed and no idea about branding at all. But we had a sort of honeymoon period where people said, well, that's an amazing thing. We're prepared to let you go on the fact that you've got no booking service. And we have the most brilliant team of natural, enthusiastic people who have come along on the journey. There's 420 of us now, and I think actually that's now going to be more like 500. We've got a couple more courses to open this year. And it turns out, to my surprise and to my parents-in-law's astonishment, to be actually quite a good business. Now, I've got 2 points, and I'm going to rush on to those because I've only got about 3 minutes left. And one is, go for big, hairy goals. Now, we thought there would be an appetite, even if we're only half as adventurous as the French, for 50 courses in the UK. And we fully expected people in the outdoor leisure industry with much bigger pockets. We've never taken any external investment. My wife used to have a flat. She doesn't now. And we've just done it through internally reinvesting everything we've got. So our first bung was 130,000 from her flat. And we built it all up from that. No external investors. And when we got to about 7 courses, we thought, well, we're expecting people to come after us much quicker. And they didn't. And in 2006, I said, well, now what? If we get too big, will we lose that family feel? And we said, actually, we've got to go for it. So let's come up with some really big target. And so we said, okay, 40 by 2012. And now we're at 27. And we hear that had a number of effects. One was, when we go to European Committee and standard meetings in Europe and in America, we said, why didn't you come after us? You're going to Germany, you're going around the world, we're competing with you in Australia, but why not in the UK? They said, well, we heard you're going to do 40 courses and you had it mapped up. We didn't have a plan, we just had an idea, and it put off the competitors. Secondly, everybody in the industry, which is pretty much dead man's shoes in leisure, although that's not a phrase I'd like to attach to Go Ape, they said, well, I want a piece of that. There's going to be promotions, there's going to be expansion. So we started attracting great talent, and many of it from our competitors. And lastly, even if you don't hit 40, which actually by surprise we seem to be on track for, if you only get to 30, it's not bad. So don't be boring and say, let's double our business in 3 years sort of stuff. Let's just go for something really big. And actually, as Emma said, if you've got a big plan and you start walking towards it, it's much easier to work out what do you need to get there. You have to start delegating early. And I remember reading a book by Sir John Harvey-Jones, who ran the ICI in the 70s or 80s. And he said the best person he's ever worked for, or the best leader, was a 23-year-old submarine captain in the war. And he was the second in command. And he said, in peacetime, that guy would never have got that responsibility until he was about 38, 40. But he was the best. And so we very much felt, put people into positions of responsibility before they're ready, they haven't got the training, and just big them up, encourage them to make mistakes, and then support them.